So Facebook itself has a location called the marketplace, and you can easily find it by pressing on your Facebook, and then when you press on it, you go all the way down and press on marketplace. In the marketplace itself, you can get a lot of interesting things for you to buy and sell online. This is where you can get Etsy things to buy, and this is the primary location I suggest for you to look for. Now, there is different kinds of ways for you to do search over here. One is to press on groups. By pressing on groups, you'll be able to see all kinds of different groups that are available that you already actually went and joined. In those different groups, there is things that are listed for sale. So this actually brings you to all those different things that are listed right now. And here you can find which are the items that are available. And because some of those things are not available locally, such as this right here, it's available in Connecticut, therefore I will have to arrange with this person to ship these items to me. Therefore, I suggest for you to instead press on buying. When you press on buying, you'll be able to see some things that are available for sale. And here are a few things that I was interested in. Some of them I actually bought myself. Other things are no longer available that are local. Now, when you want to buy things in the marketplace, I highly suggest for you to go straight where it says to hobbies. And when you press on this, you'll be able to see which are the local things that are available for sale. And immediately it shows you different kind of products and things that are listed for sale. Specifically, we're looking for very specific items here that we can actually buy. Because we are looking for specific items for Etsy, you have to press on either arts and crafts or antiques and collectibles. Let's go ahead and press on arts and crafts. By pressing on arts and crafts, we'll be able to see what kind of things we can go ahead and sell online. Specifically in the actual handmade section of Etsy. What I'm actually looking here for is things that I can take and make something out of them. Since we can't actually sell things that I actually didn't make, I specifically want to find things that I can use as material to create something together. So because of that, you want to look what kind of things are available. Right here are ribbon bands. Maybe I can do and use some of that. Also, you can see some ideas such as wood burning over here. And here is more. Take a look at this, 15 bucks including jewelry display. So those are very good tools and other things that we can use here in order to create something, and a lot of times it's much cheaper than buying the same exact thing in the store. Another thing I like to look for is things that I can resell on Etsy, such as vintage and antiques, and sometimes those things actually show up over here. Here is an item. This is actually a vintage or an antique, and it looks pretty interesting that we might be able to go ahead and sell. There is also something like this. Let's press on this and take a look. This is elastic, antique, and handmade just for you. But the price is pretty steep and it's made by someone else, so we can't actually use this on Etsy. It's very good here to get some ideas, what kind of crafts other people are selling, and specifically for the supplies themselves. After you take a look and see all the local things that are available, it is time for us to head to my next favorite section, which is antiques and collectibles. In the antiques and collectibles, you'll be able to see things that you can resell, and a lot of times you might get some very good deals. What I'm looking for is something just like that, a huge lot of different kind of items that we can sell. This is from the year 1988 to 2017. Now the ones that are coming from the year 2000 and before are the ones that we can sell on Etsy. Everything else we can't actually sell as a vintage item, but we can definitely sell it on eBay. So buying this entire lot might actually make sense for us because we can sell it on eBay and on Etsy. Let's go ahead and take a look how much it costs per piece. 250 divided 36 equals about $7 a piece per product, which is okay. I would like to get it for around $5 instead. And if this is the price that I want to go ahead and get them for, first thing I want to do is ask them, would you take 5 each if I buy entire lot? And then press on send. So what I'm doing is giving them an actual offer. With the offer itself, sometimes they will take it and other times they won't. But $5 each is pretty reasonable here, because I'm going to be selling it in 3 different kind of marketplaces. 2000 to present day will be sold on eBay, and 2000 and before will be duplicate listed on eBay and on Etsy. Then for the cheapest products that are not having much value to them, I can sell them on a garage sale for $7 each. And altogether, I will be able to make some kind of a profit by buying them wholesale. So this is my idea how I'm going to go ahead and get down and do it. So having a plan of action is very important for you. Now, of course, there is a lot of other people who are selling a similar product just like it. Some of it is much cheaper. As you can see, this one starts at $1. Most likely, it's not going to be $1 unless those items are not this good. So you can go ahead and message a bunch of different people and offer them that you want to buy those same products for $5 each. And we have to keep on looking. This is the secret here. You don't want to go ahead, just make 1 or 2 offers. You want to make maybe 50 to 60 different offers for products that are local and are giving you potentially a good value. Now, out of all those different products we are going to be selling, we are going to definitely ask for a lower price than they ask for those items for. Because we are asking for a much lower price, not everybody is going to say yes to those products. Now, here's an interesting product right here. And why am I looking at this? I'm looking at it because I bought the same exact thing for $1 on a garage sale. And it shows you that somebody is selling it for $45. I definitely would never pay this much for this specific product, but I just wanted to show you. So you know that if you ever see a vintage, collectible fire extinguisher that is this old, you can fetch some good money. I've seen people trash products that they can sell for so much more money. Lots of times people think just because it's old and it doesn't look this good, nobody is going to pay any money for it. And this is totally wrong. And here is another interesting product. I have not seen this before. But one thing I suggest for you to do, and this is highly important, before you buy any product over here, you want to look at the picture and see if you can identify exactly what it is. Once in a while, you get very good products that are worth so much more than they're listed. At other times, you might get products and they're totally not worth the price that it says right on it. So you want to do the price research for those products. You want to take the product itself, you want to see any identification information for it, and then you want to go ahead and look how much is this product is sold for eBay. So he is asking for 5 of those pieces, $28 and shipped. Now, before you go ahead and do the research, don't ever go and message the person first, because otherwise you don't even know if this product is worth the price that you are going to be selling it for. And this is a highly mistake that a lot of newbies actually make. They think whatever price is over here, people did research. A lot of times it's not even the case. Sometimes people do research, sometimes they don't. Sometimes products here are worth a lot more than you can ever buy them on eBay or anywhere else. On the other hand, it can go the other way around too. You can find products over here that are actually worth a lot less than they are posted for, and you can accidentally buy them for a price you can never get rid of them for. And here is a very interesting product over here. Those are theater masks, and this is 2 different very interesting products over here, and those are selling just for $10 for 2 of them. The reason why I'm showing you this is that I found 2 of those that are similar to this but were super old, super vintage in an actual book. Well, it says the value of the vintage and collectible for this mask was worth over $1,000, and I found somebody who had it in their private collection, and they sold it for a whooping $600. Now, it's not the same exact thing here, and this is just a replica, and this comes from Disneyland, but the original and the real deal is something you want to look for, because once in a while you will find a product that is worth so much more money than it is listed for. But this takes a lot of time. You can't just go ahead and find it on the first time that you're going to be looking for different products. As I kept on looking through different products, I found this handmade wooden hammer for $48, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. I have never seen anything like it. And after I looked at this product and I started asking the seller to sell it for me, I wanted to get maybe this product for $20. First of all, I wasn't even sure how big and how detailed it was. He said it was handmade. And then one thing I really realized, that this product was huge. This is a giant, big item. To top it off, he gave me a good deal. He sold me two similar products for a very good price of $55. So with this product, my plan of action, taking pictures, doing some research, and then putting the best possible description. Of course, I'm going to be duplicating the same exact item on eBay as well. The reason for that is that you never know which marketplace it's going to sell first on. So why not just go ahead and list it on both? Now, since this item is so big and heavy, I have to charge extra for the shipping. And because of that, it's going to be built right into the price itself, because right now there is no benefit of you to go ahead and price an extra shipping fee for a product, because you're going to get hit with extra fees. Another thing that you can do is exactly what he is doing right now. He is selling it in the marketplace. So going ahead and taking this product and flipping it right back on the marketplace itself could also be done as well. So posting it on sale for $60, since I bought two of them for $55, selling just one for $60, I immediately win money. So I'm going to do that as well. So having them in 3 different marketplaces, one of them is going to get sold first. Once one of them gets sold, I'm going to take it off all 3 marketplaces at once and do the same thing for the second product as well. So as soon as I went ahead and I posted this deal, $5 each, he went and messaged me back. So $180 for all of them. Let's see what he says back, and then he might actually go and give me a counter offer, because it is discounted from $250, which he originally wanted. So in this case, I gave them 5, which was my actual final statement. I'm not gonna go any more than $5 each. But sometimes you wanna go even lower than that. You want to get started negotiating at around maybe $2 each, just to see if they respond. But if you go too low, the biggest problem with going ahead and doing something like this is that most likely they're not going to even respond to you. They might think that you're just lowballing it and you might not be even interested, or even they might get insulted for the very low price. Also, I do suggest for you to always price it lower than it's supposed to be priced at, but at the same exact time, just don't go way too low. I have made the mistake sometimes where I didn't want to insult the person. I gave them an offer, and yet he said yes right away, and I ended up actually buying the product. And then I was like, oh, well, I could have went ahead and I could have asked them for even cheaper. I remember once I went in and I found a bunch of Legos, and I'm talking about vintage Legos. Let's go ahead and see if anybody has something like this, vintage Lego, and press on search. Interestingly enough, I found somebody who was selling a bunch of different vintage Lego sets, and it was on a garage sale. When I saw those Legos, wanted to buy them, and the guy told me, you can actually give me an offer and find out if I'm gonna go ahead and accept the price. So I was like, I just went and told him, I'm offering you $20 for everything. And he says, deal. And this was for a huge lot of Legos. And then I was thinking after, was it actually possible that I could have gotten the same exact Legos for just $10? And this is when you have this thing happening to you. it's very likely that you are gonna go and make an offer, and sometimes you would think that you have made an offer, but it was not the right price. It wasn't low enough. You can never go wrong by going too low, but just don't go way too low, because then the person might not be really happy and think you're not really serious about wanting to buy the product from him. Now, when you're looking for something such as vintage Lego sets, you have to be very careful. A lot of times you will find things that are not vintage over here. But if you keep on looking, sometimes you will find something that is very old and vintage. But specifically, what I'm looking for is not something like this. This is just original vintage Lego instructions. If there was an actual vintage Lego set for sale, that would have been such a better deal here. So when you're looking for things, you gotta keep on looking. Just typing in Lego vintage is just not gonna do it here. You gotta go through every single product in the marketplace and then make sure if they have a vintage set that is listed for sale. Some of those sets fetch up hundreds of dollars and maybe $300, $500 for specific items that are vintage and are Legos. To find those, it might take a lot of time. Therefore, you have to go through every single listing and take a look and see what it says in the description, because the Lego vintage sets are very unusual and very few in between. So as I kept looking for the different Lego sets, I was able to find a few of them that are actually vintage, but they are not local. So I would have to contact the owners and find out how much would they be able to part with them. Here is one that I found over here. This is not very close to me, but definitely is doable if I want to drive. It's about 1 hour away. There was 80 vintage minifigures all together, all combined in this listing. As I look through this, we can see which minifigures are vintage over here. And some of them are very old. We are talking about 1980s and things they don't make anymore. So we are talking about $160 for 80 pieces. Let's find out how much is per each. 160 divide 80, and this is around $2 each per figure, which is okay, but if I get it to $1 each, this is gonna be an awesome deal here. And because those are so vintage and so old, I can potentially make a lot more money selling them as lots on eBay. So if I get this entire lot for just $100, I already easily can Lego vest and get at least $200 to $300 for this entire listing. So this is great because the person who is selling it doesn't exactly know how much they're worth. So let's go ahead and find out. $1 each would equal around $80, but I want to give it a little bit benefit of the doubt. So $100 for entire collection with free shipping. Can you do this? And then press right there. So we're giving him directly an offer with free shipping and asking him if he would be able to do it and pressing send right away. Now, potentially he could say no or he could say yes. But if I'm going to be doing this for around 5 or 6 different vintage Lego listings, definitely somebody is going to say yes and I will get a very good price for very good product. Now, here is another product over here. This is just $5, which is super cheap for a Lego vintage pirate ship. And those are very interesting and vintage, unique Lego minifigures. Unfortunately, the whole problem with this is that a lot of things are missing here. This says cash only and no shipping. And this is only located in this area. Because he is not offering any shipping for this product, this would have been a great deal if it was local. But since it is far away and he doesn't let me to ship it to my destination, I will have to skip on this product. But the great thing about the marketplace is that you can find a lot of very good deals here for a very low price. So by keep on looking and having the knowledge of the product that you are going to be buying is definitely going to help you a lot when it comes to getting a good deal and of course negotiating with different people.